The idiot Gary Shaw actually does an interview with the LA Times, okay? And he says that, we didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with paying a guy to stand up. We got no problem doing that. Yes, you scumbag. There is a problem with that. Think about this. Mandalay Bay and the Venetian both had betting on this. You, the consumer, the mixed martial arts fan, could go in and bet on this fight, okay? Now, anybody that's going to bet on this fight is going to think, well, if Seth Petrozelli can get him to the ground, the fight's over. So I'm going to bet, take a chance that Seth's going to get him down and submit him. But you don't know the scumbag promoters behind the scenes went in and paid him to not go to the ground. They paid him to stand up. You know why? Because they thought that Kimbo Slice was going to viciously knock him out. But Kimbo Slice sucks. Like I've said now for the last few months, this fucking guy can't fight, and he got knocked out in 13 seconds by a guy who didn't win the Ultimate Fighter and who didn't win fights in the UFC. They brought him up from the undercard to fight the main event guy and knocked him out in 13 seconds. It would be like the NFL, okay? There's a game between the Patriots and the Browns. The NFL goes into the locker rooms and tells the players, listen, the Patriots pull higher ratings if they make it to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl than the Browns do. So here's what we're going to do. The Browns have a great running game. We're going to pay your team more money if you just pass tonight, don't run. Because we need the Patriots to win and make it to the next level. That's fucking illegal. I just heard that there was another absolutely retarded story written by Loretta Hunt. Hey Loretta, if you're gonna write a story, you moron, at least make sure it's true and you have some facts. And if you're gonna put some quotes in there, get some quotes from people who at least have the balls to put their name on it. Whoever gave you that quote is a pussy and a liar. You dumb bitch. You, Loretta Hunt.
Is it because he didn't make the move to get in close and look that he stayed away that you're disgusted?
If you ever watch Mazzagatti ref a fight, he fucking stands there like this. He's doing his fucking grocery list, thinking about did he TiVo the fucking his favorite show. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Or sometimes he'll go like this and start looking like this when they're not even fucking doing anything. When they're doing shit, he's not in there when he's supposed to be in there. Unlike the guy has no fucking idea what he's looking at. I said it a long time ago. The guy shouldn't even be watching MMA on television, let alone fucking reffing it.
Like, oh, this guy has no idea what the fuck he's talking
I just think it's getting worse and worse.
Oh, really?
I think it's worse. I think it's, it's like with this whole Ariel Helwani thing. It's more about, what can I sneak and get out and steal from the fans? The excitement, enjoyment of the fans seeing it when it comes out instead of actually doing some real journalism. So, yeah.
Used to be because
well, it's not even about controlling the narrative. It's there's so much more to that thing than was represented. Sure. I know he threw a big pity party for himself and all that shit, but there was a lot more to it. A lot more people were involved in that thing, and it almost blew up a huge relationship that I wouldn't even get into publicly. Okay. That's why we just came out with a statement. I don't know. It was dirty. He knows it was dirty, and he threw a big pity party for himself, crying on camera and shit. It's fucking just ridiculous.
I know for a fact it was. You wouldn't have me in a public blog saying the FBI should be investigating him right now if I didn't fucking know it. So believe me. It makes me sick to my stomach. I've been killing myself for 10 years. You know how many days I was home this month? 4 days. I got kids. I was home 4 days. I don't need scumbags like that in here blowing this for everybody. Guess what? They blow it for everybody. There's a lot more people not working and a lot of other people out of jobs. This whole thing goes down.
So above and beyond the Petrozelli comments, you're aware of other incidents.
They're bad guys. Fight tampering. You start tampering with fights, a promoter should not be talking to a fighter about any fight strategy whatsoever.
They're being investigated by the the Florida Athletic Commission, they ought to be investigated right now by the FBI too. And Gary Shaw, if you think going to the ground is boring, and Jeremy Lappin and rapper, whatever the fuck your name is, Shaw Jr., okay, that's called mixed martial arts. You fucking morons need to be in the kickboxing business. If that's what you're selling, you're paying guys to stand up. They don't care about mixed martial arts. These fucking jerk-offs are in it for the money. These guys want to come in, take a piece of the pie, and in it, they don't give a fuck if they destroy the whole sport. Me and my crew have been busting our ass for 10 years to show people how amazing this sport is, the type of people that are involved in this sport, the athletes, how amazing they are, and you've got these boxing scumbags coming in and trying to fix fights. It's unbelievable.
Ariel Helwani, post-fight at UFC 112. Dana, you said a lot of big words today. Embarrassed, disgrace. Is this your lowest moment as president of UFC?
No doubt about it. Absolutely, 100%. This was a big event for us tonight. This was a really big moment. I was really excited. I've been here. I've been fired up. I've been on the road a lot, and this whole last 3 weeks of my life was leading to this night here. The people in this country, including the media, have really got behind this thing, and with support like I've never, ever seen anywhere.
Do you have any interest in seeing him defend the title again, or do you think he just needs to be challenged? Because, as we said in the press conference, when he fights at 205, he's knocking guys out in the first round.
Yeah, I agree. Seriously, I don't know how to fix this. My head hurts like right here, right now. And I honestly, I don't know the answer. I don't know why he acted the way that he did. He comes in, and the other thing that is even more baffling is that he feels that he doesn't owe the fans an apology. Yet I'm apologizing. I didn't go in and fight like a jackass for 5 rounds. I didn't do what he did tonight. But I'm embarrassed, and I feel like I should apologize to the fans, and I feel like I owe the fans one. And like I said earlier, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to pay everybody back.
Time lows as being president of the UFC over the last 11 years. Every day when I get out of bed, crazy happens that I got to deal with. And here's a new crazy one for us. I don't know why a guy who is a world champion and considered by many one of the pound-for-pound best wouldn't fight anybody. I don't know the answer to that. It's baffling to me. I've never seen it before, and I don't know. We've never, ever had a fighter refuse to fight somebody. Absolutely flat out refused to fight a guy. Never happened. This is one of those selfish, disgusting decisions that doesn't just affect you. Good for you, John Jones. You're rich and you got some money. You don't need to take this fight. But there's a bunch of guys on the undercard that this is how they feed their family. And this is how they make a living. And the UFC has spent loads of money to promote this fight. Me and Lorenzo are both disgusted. And I don't know what to expect from John Jones anymore. It's a massive, massive hit. For somebody to fight John Jones on 8 days' notice is tough to do. But to be totally honest with you guys, one guy did. Not only when I called him did he say, I'll take the fight. He said, I'll fly to Las Vegas tonight and fight him. And that was Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen accepted the fight with John Jones, wanted the fight bad. So as of, 8, 9 o'clock last night, we had a fight. We here at the UFC started working, started creating different commercials. PR started getting ready to crank up. I was going to do this call, and this was obviously going to be a much different call this morning. But the one thing that I never thought in a million years would happen, happened. John Jones said, I'm not fighting Chael Sonnen with 8 days' notice. Again, something that's never happened in UFC history. A guy who's a world champion and considered one of the pound-for-pound best turns down a fight. Yeah, how about this? When he and I talk, he says, I got to sit down and talk to my coaches. His coach, Greg Jackson, says, there's no way you take this fight. This fight, you don't take this fight on 8 days' notice. It would be the biggest mistake of your entire career. Wow. Chael Sonnen's a 185-pounder who wants to move up to 205, who hasn't trained a day for this fight, and the fight's in 8 days, yet he says he'll fly here tonight to fight the supposed pound-for-pound third best fighter in the world, the world champion, and you have so much, how much faith do you have in your champion and your guy? Now, I literally just bumped into Greg Jackson the other day, and I was kind of joking around about some of the things he said. I'll tell you what, I'll go on the record saying, this guy is a sport killer, okay? This guy, this guy's from another planet. I don't give a what Greg Jackson thinks. Guy's a weirdo, man. Are you kidding me? If he takes the fight with Chael Sonnen, it'd be the biggest mistake of his entire career because he's not ready for that guy. Greg Jackson should never be interviewed by anybody ever again except for a psychiatrist.